This is the time of season that I really enjoy. It's it's track season and football season about to start. WNBA is starting. Don't like baseball that much, so it's not baseball. NBA finals. It's like just a plethora of athletics going on. Well, this play I just saw on Twitter, and I understand the angst with certain player, certain coach going to Louisville, and now shit is going haywire with things in the rivalry and things that happen. This is this is the this is the shit that I like, and kind of the stuff that I think I understand a lot because of unfortunately I played on a 1 in 10 team that when the season kept going along, shit went haywire. Um, I was fortunate enough to be coached by, I'm gonna say, two of the better defensive coordinators when I played. Coach Mike Archer and Coach Rick Smith. Coach Rick Smith was on the staff when Tulane had what's Sean's last name? They were Tampa. God damn it, at Tulane they went undefeated. He was the defensive coordinator there. He was the defensive coordinator mine last year after Coach Archer left to goes to linebackers with the Steelers. So I understand on defense sometimes you start doing shit you're not supposed to do. And when you feel like you have to do things that are out of character. And this is some shit that's out of character. I'm gonna go with this as I always say that maybe you don't know the intricacies of football. All right. There are gaps in football. That doesn't. I'm gonna just point. That's that's A gap, that's B gap, that's C gap, and the same on the other side, A, B, C. All right. That's the one thing about this damn tools. The writing is hard. So in run gaps, every gap is supposed to be filled. That's really the simplest thing to even consider is when you think about run game, especially in college, you get in your gap and let everything happens from that. There is no like in high school and in middle school is even worse, where you can be like an outstanding player. Let's just say you're this middle linebacker right here, right? And if you are elite for that level, you can actually do things and just roam the field. But in college, if you have a gap, get in your damn gap. And as I watch this play, and as I tell people all the time, guys look, I'm not in the install room. I don't know exactly what it should look like, but when I watch it on tape, I start to feel like I have an idea. Now, it looks like Dion seems like he is in at least looks like he's in a one tech. It looks like I can't do numbers. He's in a two, which to me should indicate as an offense what's going on. So on the snap of the ball, these two guys have a gap. You can see this guy actually swims inside. That's why I think he was head up on that guard. So they have a gap. So now, if we go gaps, right? I'm gonna see if I can draw a gap, B gap, C gap. Now, in this situation, seems like the nose, and I'm gonna call him defensive tackle, has a gap under wraps. Let's see if y'all agree with me. It seems like they have A gap under wraps. Why is this? Whatever. They have A gap under wraps. All right. Now we continue. This defensive end to the field. Watch what he does to that pull. Watch. He goes under it. He's trying to go under it. So in that instance, that means he has B gap. So that's one of the B's taken care of. Now, if he has B gap, you got to have someone that has contain. And I'm pretty sure that's JDH. That's Dumas Johnson's responsibility because he's not going to get there. The only other guy there is there because what would normally happen in most cases is if I go back, I think this is Saunders. Saunders would have C and he would fill inside and have B. But they switch responsibilities, in my estimation, in this situation because I think Saunders is 90. Saunders tries to go wrong shoulder. What I mean by wrong shoulder, if you're playing contain, you're going to take that pulling tight end, that H, with the inside shoulder. But he tries everything in the world to take it on with the outside shoulder, which to me means he's trying to spill it. So that would mean he has that by himself. Since he attacked the pull with the wrong shoulder. That's intentional in my standpoint. The way he did it, that's intentional. So that's B. And that's backside. Oh, I got rid of that. That's B and backside C. This outside linebacker is playing with inside shoulder, keeping outside hand free, which means that's contained. Not C gap. He's contained. All right. I'm going to say, I think this is Lovett. When Lovett comes down and blitz, right here, he has C gap. The only other gap left is this side B gap, and that's on Afari. And here's the thing what happens with Afari is he got caught peeking in the backfield instead of going to his gap. There is no gap on this side of the ball that's empty. You got Dion with A, you got Saunders with B, and you got your other linebacker that's going to be C and contained since it's a closed formation. There's no gap. He should not be looking at any gap here because there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere for the running back to go. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. Don't know who this is. He doesn't get into that A gap very well because he's on this side of the line of scrimmage. So that means Afari is going to have to bump over the top of him. He would be where Dion was. He can go downhill. But with all that said, if Afari, he's looking in the A gap right now on this A, he's looking here. We got two guys holding hands. I guarantee you that's not what it's supposed to look like. If he's coming here, let's just say the safety messed up and the safety has B gap and this outside linebacker has C. So what they're doing is trying to spill it. Who are they trying to spill it to? There's no one over here, corners and man. Unless they're expecting Afari to scrape all the way outside, which could be the case. But since he is fighting with his inside hand, he doesn't have B gap. When Lovett comes, Lovett attacks it with his inside shoulder, which means he has C. There's only one gap that's not being taken care of, and that's this B gap. You got contain, you got C, you got A, you don't have B. And why are we stacked? You can be stacked there to avoid the block, but then we should be right there right now. You got to trust your teammates right there, right? What are we waiting on? What are we looking at? Look, this is the thing. This is why I love college football more than I like high school as far as being a player and knowing if you know your responsibility, that's all you have to do. Deion has a gap. There's nowhere for this running back to go here. So why are we even looking there? Just look at it right now. There's nowhere for that running back to go in here. There's nowhere. There's not an open space. If he scrapes and gets to there, we're in a gold mine because then we got a safety here. And as long as you make them do something, even if you miss the tackle, now you got cavalry coming back around that will still make a tackle. It wouldn't be a touchdown. One gap, y'all. Look at all the gaps. Every gap is fucking filled except the one. I promise you, that's not his job. He's not scraping all the way across when this guy spills. It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. Now, if Afari gets there and slow it down, now Dumas Johnson can get over there and clean up. But when it's hitting downhill, I have to man my responsibility first, which is cut back, bounce. I gotta be there. Because if my ass starts going over there too fast and these good running backs, let's say this guy hits and he sees Hat here and he sees Hat there, and you going over the top and scraping, and he goes and goes here. Whose fault is it? Now it's my fault. This is a case of Afari not taking care of his gap. And now he's lost. Guys, he is unblocked and doesn't even touch the running back. That's an unblocked linebacker, which in the 3-4 defense, these big three guys up front, job is to let these guys have clean feet. And Afari has clean feet. There's no one on him. There's no one on top of him. There's no one touching him. And he just whiffed. Now, that's just not good. And that's a bad angle by Ty Bryant. But honestly, what else the fuck could he do in the open field? I'm just, with this being, he's going to be over here. Could he have taken a better angle? Sure. But with this running back being untouched, if he would have taken a better angle, he would have done this and ran away. It's a tough spot to be in as a safety because that running back has 53 1/3 yards to play around with right here. He can do whatever he wanted to. So I just want to say that that's not Dumas Johnson's fault. In this game, as I've said on the locker, Wednesdays, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, many times when I played, all it took is for one guy to fuck up and it's touchdowns. I can talk about many plays where defensive coordinator called the perfect call for that formation and for that call. One guy fucks up and they hit their head on the goalpost. Yeah, the boundary defensive lineman sucked. I just sucked. However, the linebackers feet were clean, coach. So coach is saying that this guy right here got sealed. But he doesn't have, I don't think we two gap. But he should have been there anyway. I think he had a gap, coach. That's why he went inside. That's what I saw. I think the blitzer, well, I see what you're saying. Try to take care of two guys getting the gap. And that's the case. If that's the case, Coach Gaskins brings up a great point, and that's why I say I don't know. I'm not in the film room. Let's say this defensive lineman messed up, and he's supposed to take on that guard while maintaining A gap leverage. Once he engaged, with that being 2-on-1, he was still going to probably come off and block this safety. He did get sealed. And that to me is a point of it's game 12. We're 4-7. We're down 34-14 in their laziness, and there's no fight right there. There's really no fight by Deion either. If you really want to start dissecting stuff, like there's no fight to try to get across this because Deion actually, if you really look at it, now I don't have the end zone cut. Deion has leverage on this guy. Could he fight across and maybe dive, clip his heels? Sure, maybe. I don't know. I'm just judging responsibilities right now. And Afari should not have been backside A gap. Or field side A gap, how you want to call it. There was no gap on this side of the ball for him to be worried about. He should have been over here. And if he don't want to attack downhill, he should have been shuffling that way. Especially if you look at the action in the backfield. There was nothing that brought him there. There's nothing to bring him there. Here's the thing. Here's the other thing. I'm talking from a DB standpoint. The only way, I know this from experience, the only way you become elite as a defensive back, which then goes to linebackers too, is when you know the responsibility of everyone. When you know the responsibility of everyone, then you know where not to be because you know that someone's going to be there. If Afari knew that Saunders was going to spill, which meant that JDJ had here, there's no other gap over there. He knows Deion has A, we got B, we got C. There's no reason to be over here anyway. What you could do is stack this guy with the responsibility of knowing that I got B gap because the safety has C. It's simple when you know the job of everybody. If that's the job of everybody. I'm putting that out there. That's the job of everybody. If you know the job of everyone else, you are not out there just playing backyard football. You get into your gap because when you get into your gap or do your job, that's when you play winning defense, and that's when the running back has to bounce. Once the running back has to deviate from where he wants to go, not going downhill, now everybody can get off of blocks and run and use their athleticism and make tackles. But when a running back, I don't care if it's G5, is it NAIA, if it's D3, if they playing a D1 school and that running back is allowed to go downhill and he gets in that hole without being touched, pause. He will get yards, potentially a touchdown. It's really that simple. That's why on this level and on the next level, you got to do your job. Do your job first, handle your responsibility first, and you play from there. You don't go ball hunting, because when you go ball hunting, the ball finds the place where you're supposed to be 99.99% of the time in college and in the pros. All right, y'all. That's all I got. Hope y'all have a good rest of your weekend. And I'm out. Yeah, let's see. Coach Gaston is going to hit me. That is Derek Jackson would have made that play. And Alex, well, I don't think Alex was ready. That was his first year moving inside. And I honestly don't like keep moving a guy because he never gets time to settle in a responsibility and learns his job first. They are bumping Alex around too much. Now that could be for many reasons. Some of them coaches have to do it. Some of it can be out of necessity. There's many reasons. He was not ready to play inside linebacker. Now here's the problem. He better be able to play it this year. We shall see.